this beautiful Sunday morning, the first morning of fall back, as we say. And so take a moment to arrive on your mat here on this November morning, or for those taking the class another time, whatever morning it happens to be. And come back to your breath. Find your breath. Breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth, letting yourself settle and arrive here in the moment. Body, mind, and spirit all in the same spot. And take a moment to notice what this moment holds for you. The invitation of class today is celebrating the moment. And it's inspired, one, because these trees that are around me are super cool in this moment. Beautiful yellows and reds. And noticing what else in your life is beautiful at this moment. What in this moment is worth celebrating? Celebrating perhaps things that are going well, new things, things you're trying for the first time, or maybe the 100th time. Either way, worthy of a celebration. We often just keep moving towards whatever's next and don't pause to enjoy the moment and celebrate the moment. I often invite pausing and breathing, but today, can you pause, breathe, and let a little bit of that lightness and celebration in? And notice if your hands are facing down on your lap, can you flip them up to invite in that celebration, intrigue, excitement, inspiration. Taking a moment to check in with yourself and your life. What's worth celebrating? What might be fun to celebrate? And Gail, who's here joining us, she and I did an amazing retreat yesterday at Pie Ranch, and that's worth celebrating. And tomorrow, I have my first retreat here, which is worth celebrating. My kids are doing lots of different interesting things worth celebrating. And they could be little or big things. Waking up today could also be worth celebrating. Sleeping an extra hour could be worth celebrating. Inviting whatever comes to mind without judgment. And continue to breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. And bring a hand to heart and another hand to top. Pressing that oxytocin in. And reminding yourself it's okay to pause, to celebrate. We often think if we pause to celebrate that something bad will happen. The shoe will drop. And what if it doesn't? What if celebrating is simply celebrating? Simply acknowledging, appreciating, enjoying, maybe feeling grateful, whatever resonates with you. Press that hand into your heart space, sending that oxytocin around. Let it feel good. Remembering that the heart releases even more oxytocin than the mind, the brain. Letting it feel amazing. And for a few moments here, letting the celebration feel amazing. Could simply be the beauty of one beautiful tree with beautiful leaves. And when you feel complete, bring your hands together, rubbing them together, warming them up on this fall day. And bring your thumbs into your sternum, bringing fingers to reach the sky. Press hands together, elbows out wide, creating some energy. And set your own intention around inviting celebration, pausing to celebrate, pause and celebrate. Inhaling this possibility and idea, and exhaling any resistance to it. What if it's fun? And when you feel complete, lower your hands and open your eyes and take a moment to look around, celebrate what's around, and perhaps roll your shoulders 3 times back and forward, celebrating the fact that you can move your shoulders. You don't have a frozen shoulder, I hope. Inhale, reaching arms up to the sky. Have a little shimmy, interlace your fingers, and flip your palms to the sky. Root your seat downward and your palms upward as tall as you can. Breathing in the good, the magic of the moment. Exhale, round forward, sucking your navel all the way back, pressing your hands as far forward as you can. Enjoy the stretch. Celebrate the ability to stretch. Inhale, reaching tall, tall, tall. Gaze up if you can. Let the sky in, the ceiling in. Looking up feels different. Exhale, round forward. Suck your navel as far back as you can and hands as far forward. Crown of the head reaches forward as well. Or drop the crown of your head and enjoy your neck. Inhale, reach tall. No arch this time. Exhale, tip to the left and enjoy your right side body. Use the interlaced fingers to protect your back and your core to protect your back. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, tip to the right. Root the left hip downward, taking good care of yourself. Inhale, come back to center. Open your arms out wide, wide, wide. Wrap them in front in a huge hug, wiggling your fingers to the medial scapula to the best of your ability. Lifting elbows up over your chest. Exhale, squeeze tight. Celebrating you for a moment. All the things that make you, you. Big breath in, squeezing tighter, giving yourself a delightful hug, releasing more oxytocin. Exhale, squeeze a little bit tighter. Untangling your arms, pressing them into the world, whatever is out there, beautiful trees perhaps, or walls or sunshine. Spread your fingers wide. Enjoy the energy of a finger spread. Pinch your scapula together. Enjoy the energy of the tightness and release. Enjoy the melting. Celebrate. Squeeze the scapula together once again. Celebrate all those sensations that you can feel. Exhale, let them out. Lower your arms. Shrug your shoulders up to your ears. Pinch your occiput into those shoulders and enjoy all the sensations and tightness. Exhale, release, pause, and enjoy it. Inhale, reach arms back to shoulder height. Give yourself a hug in the opposite direction, potentially left elbow under right. You followed me last time. Elbows lift up over your chest. Squeeze as tight as you can. Inhale, squeeze tighter. Exhale, release. Once again, inhale, squeeze a little tighter. Celebrate you. Celebrate your body, all that it can do. How you got here, however many years, days, minutes old you are. Exhale, let it out. Untangle. Press into the side walls once again. Spread fingers wide. Create some energy and some heat. Relax your hands. Clasp them at your sacrum. Press your fists downward, shoulders down and back. Drop your chin to chest and enjoy for a moment. And enjoy the moment. Enjoy the sensations in the moment. And I'm going to enjoy the fact that there's this gorgeous red leaf right sitting next to me that I just noticed. Enjoying the tiny little things, the tiny sensations, lifting chin back up to shoulder height. Release your hands. Move the block out from under you if you happen to have one, and stretch your legs long, shaking out your knees, bouncing them, letting it feel good. Move the flesh of your seat out of the way. Find your sit bones. Knees can be bent slightly. Tilt your pelvis forward and align your spine. Stack up towards the sky. Flex ankles, spread toes. Enjoy the energy. Take a moment to celebrate your toes, wiggling them one at a time if you can, or little toes and big toe. Use your belly here to sit up tall, reach crown of the head to the sky. Exhale, lower knees towards the floor, hinge forward at the waist, and enjoy the backs of your legs melt. And notice if you were resisting the release, send the breath. Exhale, slide forward a little bit more. And enjoy the moment. I notice that underneath my calves, the stone is chilly. What do you notice? If you pause to notice, bring your hands to your knees and to your thighs, and we'll bring them behind us. Plant your fingers into the earth, little cupcakes under your palms. Sit up nice and tall, Dandasana. Extend your feet. Your heels may come up off the ground. Flex ankles, spread toes wide. Heart shines forward. Puff your chest out, proud and strong. Celebrate once again, whatever comes to mind that might be fun to celebrate. Huge breath in and out. Taking a moment to honor the moment. Inhale, once again, grow tall, strong, chest puffs out. Exhale, let it out. Walk your hands behind you. And we're going to come into a reverse table. Your fingers can face towards the top back of your mat. You'll bend your knees, press into your hands, lift your hips up towards the sky, drop your head back, and enjoy the view. Lift your hips to the sky. You may notice a stretch in your hands and your wrists. You can sway a little bit or rock a little bit. Let yourself enjoy it. Reach hips a little bit higher. Gaze up or back. Let all the sensations move through you in this reverse table. Lift up onto your tippy toes if you have a little more room, and not if it's uncomfortable, and lower down. Lift up all 10 toes and lower them down. Slowly bring your chin back to neutral and lower your hips down. Bring the soles of your feet together. Coming into butterfly pose, your hands will come to your ankles and flap your wings. Enjoy. Tilt your pelvic bowl forward. Grow as tall as you can. Stick your chest out and celebrate. Be proud. Enjoy this moment where you are, whatever is beautiful in this moment. Looking for the beauty, looking for things to celebrate. Noticing with every breath, more ideas may pop in. Breathing in all the possibilities of things to celebrate, big and small. Release your hands and you'll draw your knees together. Sweep your feet around underneath you. Come to hands and knees. Find a hands and knees that feels good. Spread your feet wide. Knees will be directly under your hips. Tops of the feet on the earth. Notice them. And feet should be about hips width. Inhale for cow. Arch your belly. Heart once again shines forward. Enjoy the front of your belly. Crown of the head reaches to the sky. Exhale, round and suck that belly up to the sky. Inhale, arch, reach, crown of the head to the sky, heart shines forward. Exhale once again into cat, enjoy it.
And come back to neutral. Take a moment to settle. Curl your toes, walk your hands a wee bit forward, and lift up to downward dog. And enjoy the view between your legs. Take a moment to celebrate whatever you notice here. Okay. I'm very tangled. And if you're tangled, untangle. Walk your heels, walk it out, gazing perhaps at the light, at the trees, at the ceiling. One of the intentions of yoga is to shift your perspective. What might there be to celebrate when you're upside down? What do you notice? Lift up onto your tippy toes as high as you can. Shoot your sit bones to the sky. Press your hands back. Your hips are the apex. Enjoy this luxurious stretch in your shoulders, making sure your hands are steady. Inhale and slowly lower your heels to the earth. Enjoy the sensations move. Bend your knees. Shins will come parallel to the earth, and you'll balance here for a moment. Lots of maybe shaking. Enjoy. Inhale, shoot your hips up and enjoy that. Shift forward to plank and pause here. Notice any shaking. Celebrate the fact that you can hang out here in plank for even a moment. Turn your hips to the left. Reach your arm to the sky, coming into side plank. If it's fun, reach your arm over the top and enjoy that. Roll your wrists, be kind. Let it feel good. If you want, draw your hand back and gaze upward. Opening your heart space, letting the beauty in, whatever that beauty might be. And even in the midst of dark times and all kinds of weird stuff, it can still be beautiful, looking for it. Coming back to plank, find your steadiness. Take a moment and drop your heels to the right. Reach your hand to the sky. Look for the beauty. Hand can come over your ear. You can draw it back and gaze up. Notice what feels best to you. And I'm watching the leaves dance. This occurred to me the other day that the leaves as they fall are dancing. And what if we move through life like a little more like a dancing leaf? Have a little rock on your toes here, shifting back and forth as you're back in plank. Shift forward, lower down chaturanga to the earth. And take a moment here to pause. Third eye on the earth, untuck your toes and breathe. And if anything doesn't work for you today, just opt out. Weight is out of your hands. Inhale, lift up, shine your heart forward into low cobra. Tops of the feet are on the earth, tops of the thighs are on the earth. Your hip bones are melting into the earth. Heart is shining forward. Exhale, lower down. Curl your toes and press up into downward dog. And enjoy it for a moment. Big breaths. Widen your feet a wee bit and walk your hands a little closer to your feet. Left hand comes to the right ankle, gaze under the right armpit, and enjoy whatever you see, whatever you hear, maybe what you smell, maybe what you feel. Switch sides. Right hand comes to left ankle, gaze under the left armpit, and pause and appreciate. Pause and celebrate this moment. Notice what's happening in the moment. Close eyes, maybe. Use your other senses. Come back to down dog and slowly walk your hands towards your feet, sorry. Coming into a forward fold. If you have the block and you would like to use that, it's lovely. And if you would like to hang, do that. Notice what feels good to you today. And if you're not sure, try it out. You may want to put your head on the block and shift your weight, or you may want hands on elbows. Enjoy the release in the back. If you are feeling anxious or spinny, A block on your forehead can be nice, or hands on the block under your forehead can be nice. Lift up all 10 toes and lower them down. 3 deep breaths here, upside down. And in this position, upside down, notice what you might be able to pause and celebrate. Even if it's bending and straightening a knee, notice what feels good. Not focusing on what's ahead, but focusing in the moment, what's beautiful. I had someone at a retreat recently say, respect the moment. And I love that. Honor the moment. Honor the beauty in the moment. Celebrate the moment. It's a bit of a different approach. If you have the block, move it out of the way. Plant your left hand on the earth. Bend your left knee and twist to the right. And send some love to the IT band. Undo your wrist in case it's tender. Switch sides. Plant right hand, bend left knee. Roll your wrist. Enjoy it. Come back to center. Inhale. Exhale, unroll. You can unroll like pearls on a string or reach your arms out and up. Notice what feels best to you and pick that option. And when you arrive, either come hands together at heart center or Tadasana. Take a moment and see which one feels better and choose that one. Let yourself arrive here and let yourself pause and celebrate this moment. Celebrate perhaps feeling better. Celebrate the breath perhaps. Notice what feels good and celebrate that. If your eyes are closed, open them. Lower hands to your sides. Inhale your arms out and up towards the sky. Interlace your fingers and your index fingers, pointer fingers will reach to the sky. Grow as tall as you can. Find the soles of your feet. Have a shimmy. Inhale. Exhale, tip to the left, crescent moon. Use your belly to be kind to your back. Inhale back to center. Exhale, tip to the right. Enjoy your entire left side body. Inhale back to center. Exhale, tip once again to the left, noticing the soles of your feet. Root them downward as you tip to the left and be kind to your back. Inhale, back to center. Exhale to the right one last time. And come back to center. Open your arms out wide. Step your feet out. Coming into 5-point star. Your head is the 5th point. We're doing a bit of a moon salutation rather than a sun salutation because of our extra sleep. Enjoy hands reaching wide, feet are wide. Turn your left toe towards the top or bottom of the mat, depending on which way you are facing. Right hip shoots out, coming into Trikonasana or triangle pose. Reach your left hand as far over your left foot as you can. And if you happen to have a block, use it because it feels good. Notice if your back foot needs to pigeon toe a little bit. Find steadiness. Reach your right arm to the sky. Shift your right shoulder back and gaze up if you can, if it's okay for your neck. Enjoy your legs. Engage your inner thighs and your glutes. Notice your toes and the soles of the feet. Take a moment to notice everything here that's working. Let it feel amazing. Drop right hand into the left hip crease. Roll your shoulder and gaze up even a smidge more. Reach your hand to the sky. Exhale your right arm over your right ear if it's okay for your shoulder. Noticing this tiny little shift changes things. Notice and appreciate and celebrate your right waist here. If you have capacity and it feels okay, you can pick up your left hand and reach it forward as well and enjoy the middle of you. When you feel complete, lower your hand, reach your right arm to the sky, and slowly come back up. Bring your hands to your hips.
move that block out of the way, and you'll turn your left toes towards the side of the mat. Bring your hands forward into a wide angle forward fold. Your back is flat. You can grab that block again. Can be half height, full height, or no block. It doesn't matter. Your back can be flat. Notice what feels best for you today. Huge breath into your heart space here. Let your heart shine forward. Back is flat. Your gaze, is reaching forward. Take your hands off the block, letting them guide you on the earth over towards the left side. You're going to bend your left knee as much as you can. Raise your right toes to the sky. Right leg is straight. I like to bring the block with me. Feels really good. Your right leg is straight. Your ankle is flexed. Your toes are reaching to the sky, and left knee is bent. Use the block if you want it. 3 deep breaths here. Wiggle those toes of the right toes. Point your toe and flex your toe. Bring your hands to the earth and slowly walk over to the right side. Bring the block with you to be nice. And use it if it feels good. You may want it on this side and not the other side. Enjoy the back of the left leg. Point your toe and flex your toe. Let it feel good. Huge breaths in. Bring hands to the earth, and you will come back to center. Come back to that wide angle forward fold. Lower your head and release your head and neck. If you wish, bring your forehead to the block and let your third eye melt into the block. Your knees are straight. Your toes are facing towards the side of the mat. If you wish, bring your hands to your ankles and pause here and upside down. Pause to celebrate and appreciate what you see. What do you notice? Tiny little things. A speck of moss, a leaf, the colors. What do you notice? What in your life might be fun to celebrate in this moment? Something beautiful. 2 more breaths here. You may notice as you are here, things letting go. Can you invite them rather than resist it? Press into your hands if your head is on the block. Back is flat, heart shines forward. Engage your belly, grab your hips, hands to hips, and slowly rise up using your center. Turn your right toe towards the back or front of the mat. Pigeon toe your back foot. Reach your arms out in either direction. Coming into Trikonasa again, move that block if you're carrying it with you. Left hip shoots back, right hand reaches as far forward over the right foot and ankle as you can. Lower your hand to the earth. Come into Trikonasa. Left hand reaches high, high, high. Enjoy the shoulder, gaze upward if you have room. And take a moment to notice your feet. Be kind, replant them, re-engage them if you need to. Perhaps bring left hand into right hip crease, roll your shoulder back and gaze up, heart open. Open to noticing the beauty in this moment, knowing there's not all beautiful, but what is beautiful? What is exciting? What is new? What have you been working towards for a long time that's time maybe finally coming to fruition, or maybe just that first step? Taking time to notice. Lift up your right toes, all 5 of them, plant them down. Reach your left hand to the sky, over the left ear. Enjoy your left hip. If it would feel good, you may want to bend your right knee as you raise your right hand and then re-straighten it. Notice what your body enjoys, and if it doesn't enjoy it, don't do it. Interestingly, on this side, I don't enjoy it. On the other side, it felt great. So allowing your body to be different. Reach the left hand to the sky and cartwheel up once again. Bring your hands to your hips. Once again, turn your toes to the side of your mat. Heel toe your feet a little bit closer, and you'll squat down into a yogi squat. You may want to grab that block. The block is your friend today, if you happen to have it. Bring elbows inside your knees, lower your heels towards the earth, palms together, and let your hips sink downward. You may or may not have heels on the earth. It's an anatomic thing. It's not a flexibility thing. So let go of any judgment and just enjoy it. If your hands can come to heart, thumbs into the sternum, do that. And pause here, close eyes, connecting with perhaps that inner beauty. Open eyes, notice any outer beauty in this moment. The trees around me won't stay this amazing psychedelic color for too long. 3 deep breaths, capturing this moment, capturing maybe what feels good or something you've made progress on, something that's different. And especially today, perhaps ahead of the election, what's good in the world right now? We have so much to worry about, but what if we don't worry about it for this moment and just enjoy? It'll all still be there later. Lower hands to the block or the earth, and you'll press into your hands and turn your toes to the front. Release the back of your thighs. Let your head and neck release. Shake your head yes and no. Lift up all 10 toes and lower them down. Engage your belly and unroll like pearls on a string to stand. Let your body adjust and notice how you feel. Readjust your feet as you arrive, coming into Tadasana or mountain pose. Pause for 2 breaths here. Rolling wrists, lifting up your toes, wiggling them. Bring hands to heart center, palms together. Rub your hands together, creating a little heat. Bring your thumbs into your sternum, pressing into the sternum to give you support and balance. Find a steady spot for your gaze. Lift up onto your tippy toes as high as you can. And notice if you're wobbly. Embrace the wobbles. Press the thumbs into your sternum and slowly bend knees, sinking your hips back towards the floor as slow as you can, lowering down inch by inch by inch by inch, celebrating each inch, centimeter, wherever you end up. Coming all the way down, hips close to the earth, palms here. Stop at the bottom. 2 deep breaths. You might notice your heart beating a little faster under your hands. Celebrate the fact that you got to the bottom. Press your palms together once again. Press your thumbs into your sternum. Press your toes and the balls of your feet into the earth and slowly engage your legs and inch your way up on your tippy toes if possible. And if not, no worries. And when you arrive, stand as tall as you can. Palms pressed together once again, pressing into that heart space, lifting as high as you can, and slowly lower your heels. Lift up your toes, stretching them wide. Send them down into the earth like roots. Pause for a moment. Kickstand your left heel into the right shin, sorry. We're gonna come into tree pose. Slide the sole of your foot to the left shin calf. Left foot to the right shin calf. And if you wish, reach your hands towards the sky. I have to practice tree pose amidst these crazy, beautiful trees today. Noticing also that they shift and change, and they're beautiful in all their forms and all their seasons. So we can celebrate all the forms and all the seasons and all the things in our lives that shift and change. Reach your hands a little bit higher towards the sky. Stretch a little bit taller. Exhale, lower hands to heart center. Draw your knee to the front. Lower it down, shake it out. Be really kind to your left ankle. Invite movement, your right ankle, whichever. Be kind to both. And we'll plant our left foot on the earth, lifting up all 10 toes and lowering them down. I will forever be grateful to the person who sent me a message saying that she loves it when I mess up the rights and lefts because it reminds her that we're all human. So now I don't worry about it at all. Kickstand your right foot into the left shin and slowly bring the sole of the foot up to the calf. I encourage you not to go all the way up. Really enjoy this steady spot. Those of us in medicine and high achievers tend to want to do the best, most fullest expression of the pose, but don't. Let yourself really enjoy it. Draw the right knee back a little bit more if you can and engage your right hip. And notice the sole of your foot on your calf lightly. Don't be pressing in, and ensure it's not over your knee joint. Always being kind to yourself. Do no harm. Press your thumbs into your sternum for balance and find your steadiness. Use all your resources. Use those 5 toes, the soles of your left foot. And if it's fun, reach your hands to the sky. Try today bringing your hands together and see if you can reach steeple fingers towards the sky. Growing tall. Enjoy the side body. Breathe. Honoring the seasons, the trees, nature, the leaves, this thing we call life in all its forms. Lower hands to heart center. Draw your knee forward and shake it out. Rolling ankles, releasing tension, rolling shoulders. Let it feel really, really good. Rolling wrists, wiggling your toes. Taking a deep breath. We are also going to do dancer because I really like dancing in the trees, especially with the leaves falling still and dancing with them. Noticing that the leaves dance lightly. So a lot of times we take this dancer pose way too seriously and it's too hard. And so let it be light. And if you want, use something to hold on to. Lifting up all 10 toes, spread them wide. Find the 4 corners of your feet and root the soles of your feet into the earth. Right knee will come up to hip height. Slide your hand over the knee, down the shin, and reach your right heel to your right glute. You can stop here. This can be your dancer pose. And notice you can hold on to something. It's not cheating, it feels good. Enjoy the front of the right thigh. Find your 5 toes on your left foot, root them downward. And if it would feel good, raise your left hand to the sky. Reach your fingers tall, tall, tall. Grow tall and long, perhaps a slight arch in the back. Exhale, tip forward, press the top of your right foot into your right hand, and tip forward as far as it's fun and feels good. More is not better. Let this be a fun, light dance. And dance, wiggle a little bit. Like the leaves falling off trees, gracefully. When you feel complete, reach towards the sky and lower down, with grace or not. Either way, roll it out, and we will switch sides. Once again, lift up all 10 toes, spread them wide, root them downward. Raise your left knee to hip height, slide your left hand over the left thigh, down the left shin, bring your heel to your rear end, and stand up tall, tall, tall. Enjoy the front of the left thigh. And notice your hips. What are they doing? What feels good? Maybe even sway a bit here. Remembering not to take things too seriously. Celebrating what works. Perhaps celebrating the 5 toes on the right foot, keeping you steady. And if and when it would feel good, raise your right hand to the sky. Grow as tall as you can. Perhaps roll your wrist. And celebrate the moment here. No hurry to get to the next part of the pose. If it's fun, tip forward. Perhaps bend the front knee a little bit to give you a little more steadiness. Press your left foot into your left hand and enjoy dancing. in whatever way feels good to you. It might literally be a dance, a wiggle and a wobble. When you feel complete, stand tall. Bring your hand to your hip and lower your foot. Shake it out. Notice the kinks and all the things. Let them feel good. And we will come down to sit. Bending your knees, take your time, come down to sit in whatever way feels good to you. Stretch your legs long in front. Move the flesh of your seat out of the way. Have a little rock. Find your sit bones, tilt your pelvic bowl forward and sit up tall. Taking a moment to grow from the root of your spine through the crown of your head. Press the knees towards the floor, hands light on your thighs, heart shining forward. Relax, bring your right sole of your foot into the left inner thigh, knees coming out to the side, perpendicular. Once again, find your sit bones, have a rock. Inhale your arms up to the sky, use your core here. Twist to the left, exhale, fold towards the outer edge of the left foot or the left calf. Drop your head and neck and enjoy your back. Creating space in the right rib cage and the right lungs. Allow your head and neck to relax. 3 big breaths here. No hurry. Perhaps taking a moment to celebrate the lungs and the space that they have and all that they do. Slowly slide up that left thigh. Bring your hand behind your right hip, and we're going to come into wild thing because it's fun. Reach the left hand over your left ear and have a stretch and let it feel good. Reaching your wrists, rolling your hands, whatever feels good. You can draw your heart open, gazing upward again. Come back to neutral and slowly lower your hips down. Draw your right knee in towards you. Give it a hug. Bring your hand to the outer edge of the right foot. Extend your leg long, right leg, and twist towards the right, sending love to that hip IT band. Perhaps turn the sole of your foot in either direction. Press your heel towards the front. Tiny little shifts are significant here. Little things can make a huge difference, even celebrating the tiny little things. You never know what they're the first step towards. Press your heel forward. Bend your knee. Come back to center. Give it a hug. Face the front. Excuse me. Hug that knee in. Pick up your foot and bring it over to the left side of the left upper leg. Bring your right hand, wrap it around the right knee, twist to the left. Left hand plants behind you. You can fist downward. Use a block if you need. Grow tall. Twist, gaze over the left shoulder. Use your belly here. Twists are spine lengtheners. Grow tall. Breathe in, grow taller. And breathe out. For any of you that are outside, you're really breathing with the trees. Breathe in with these trees and share the exhale with them. We're but one tiny bit of this huge, beautiful universe, full of magical things to celebrate. Twist back to center and a quick counter twist to be kind to your back. And come back to the center, pick up your knee, extend it long, find your sit bone, have a little rock. Draw the left sole of the foot into the right inner thigh, perpendicular knee. Find your root and your base. Reach your arms to the sky. Twist to the right and fold forward. Enjoy your left lungs, rib cage. If you wish to wrap your right hand into the left hip crease, you can. You might also want to use a block to lower your hand, put your head on. Play with it. Wiggle toes to keep it light. slowly rise up. Come into Wild Thing. You're going to press weight into the left hand. Left knee comes to the earth. Right toes come to the left. Hips up and stretch. Enjoy it. Let it feel really good. Open heart towards the sky if you wish. Do whatever this feels good to you. Wild Thing is exactly that. It gets to be wild and free. You get to choose. Let it feel celebratory if you can, whatever that is for you. Lower hips down. Reach your leg in front. Hug in that left knee. Find your sit bones here. Hug, hug, hug. Right hand comes to the outer edge of the left foot. Stretch it long and enjoy the outer left hip. If you wish, twist to the left and extend it. Press heel towards the front. Play with it. Subtle, significant in this one. Maybe you wiggle your toes. Maybe you stretch your toes. Maybe press your heel forward. Maybe you twist more or less. Ensure you shoot your hips down and you align your spine and grow to the sky, no matter what you're doing. You might even notice if you grow a smidge, what happens. Come back to center. Lower your foot. Find your sit bones once again. Pick up your foot, bring it to the outer edge of the right foot, right thigh, sorry. Wrap your left hand around the left knee, twist to the right. You can use a block to lean on. You can press a fist down, fingers, look over the right shoulder and enjoy it. Breathe and enjoy. Come back to center, a counter twist. Pick up your foot and bring it back in front. Keep the block somewhere nearby. And I invite you to come into double pigeon. If you don't like double pigeon, you can come into reclining pigeon where you're on facing down, or figure four on your back. Or you can just come to cross-legged or cow face pose. Left hand's going to come to the right ankle. Pick it up over the left knee, coming cross-legged, and enjoy your right hip. Have a little rock here. Invite a little lightness and notice your hip. Send the breath there. Sit up a little taller. Breathe in. If your foot doesn't like being on your knee, it can be in front of your knee. Or if it really works for you today, come knee to knee and notice if cow face pose feels amazing. I don't know why they call this cow face pose, but celebrate whichever position feels good. And if none of them feel good, you can lie on your back too. Don't force yourself to do things that don't feel good. Inhale, grow taller in whatever spot you are. Drop your shoulders. Huge breath. Release, untangle. Stretch your legs long and come into a forward fold with arms up to release the backs of the legs. Wiggle toes, drop your head. Slide up and come to the other side. So you can try doing what you did or do what works for you on this side. It might be cow face pose on one side and double pigeon on the other. It might be single pigeon this side. Might mean you're ready to flop on your back. Do what works for you. Let it be light and rock and celebrate whatever works. Root your hips down and grow tall. Reach to the sky. Bring the breath into your chest. Puff your chest out. Practicing. Exhale, release. And take a moment here to let in that idea of celebration. Celebrating this moment, whatever it is in this moment. Release your feet, your hands. No, no, no. I have a cat joining me. I don't know whose cat he is. Shoo. Yeah. He visits sometimes. Extend your legs long. Come into a forward fold.
Enjoy it. You can grab your toes.
It can be hinging at the waist or rounded. Take a moment to figure out what feels really good to you and do that. When you feel complete, sliding back onto your back slowly, you can bend knees and come to land on the earth, knees bent, sacrum on the floor. Let your occiput land and take a moment to celebrate just lying on the floor. Let it feel amazing. Embrace it, enjoy it. Let yourself melt in. Bring your knees into your chest and have a rock. Massage your sacrum. Lower feet back to the floor. We're going to come into bridge pose. If you want to do supported bridge and you have a block, feel free to do that. And if you don't, we'll do active bridge. Either one's amazing. Plant your feet on the floor and untuck your shoulders here. Slowly press into your feet, lift your hips up, come into bridge pose and shimmy your shoulders underneath you if you wish. Lift hips up towards the sky if you're in an active bridge. If you're not, you can just slide that block under you and land on it and let the blood flow return to your head. Lift up your 10 toes wherever you are. Hips reach a little higher if you're in an active bridge. Lower your toes. Shimmy your shoulders a little bit more. Have a little rock. Let it be light. Hips reach a little higher. Untuck and unroll and let it feel amazing. Celebrate landing in that moment, what feels good in the moment, what's beautiful in the moment. Press into your feet, pick your hips up, shift them about 4 inches to the left, draw your knees into your chest, and we'll tip towards the right, coming into a twist. You can decide here, you may need to restack your hips. You may want your right hand on your left thigh. You may want to extend your left leg. And you may want to bring your left hand out to the left or a cactus shape or above you. Play with it and let this be really delicious. Let it feel good. Let your heart be open wherever you are. You may want to block under your foot. You may want to block under your left hand if you happen to have blocks. If the stretch is a little too stretchy. 2 more breaths here. Bend your left knee if it's straight. Bring your left hand down by your side and untangle, bringing your soles of your feet to the earth, your knees back to center. Find your middle here. Find your sacrum. Untuck your shoulders, untuck your clothes, taking time to transition. And when you feel settled, pick your hips up and bring them 4 to 5 inches to the right. Draw your knees into your chest and allow your knees to come to the left. Restack your hips if you need to. Your left hand may grab your right leg or it may not. And your right arm can come to a T, a cactus, above, whatever feels good. Notice your heart rolled open here, inviting whatever feels good, inviting it to feel good, pausing to feel good, pausing to celebrate is fun, can be fun. We often think in medicine it's bad luck. Something bad will happen. But what if we did a little more of it? Untangle. Bring your gaze back to center, your right hand. Bend your knee if you straightened it. Soles of the feet. Square your hips.
flat your sacrum to the floor. And hands, palms on the floor. Bend your right knee. Extend your right foot to the sky. Bend your left knee and extend your left knee alongside the right. Adjust your sacrum. Press your toes to your nose. Point your toes to the sky. Floss the nerves in your legs. Press your toes to your nose. Heels reach to the sky. Palms are on the earth to steady you, and you're using your belly here. Point your toes to the sky. Alternate one and then the other. Continue to breathe. Roll your ankles. And shake your legs. Have a little temper tantrum here. Releasing. Use your belly. Shake them as fast and hard as you can. Remember to breathe. Come to stillness. Heels reach to the sky. Bend one knee and lower your foot. Bend the other knee and lower your foot. Soles of the feet together, knees apart. Bring a hand to heart and a hand to belly. Come into Supta Baddha Konasana, reclining butterfly. And take a moment here. A moment to refill, restore, replenish, and enjoy. Enjoy this moment. Not a wasted moment, but a moment of deliciousness, a moment of feeling good. Celebrating the fact that you came to yoga, you took time for yourself. Hopefully you feel better. If you want to stay here for Shavasana, you can. Notice what would feel best today. If you prefer to come out for Shavasana, bring your hands to your thighs, draw your knees together and extend your legs long. Toes will fall to the outer edge of the mat. And palms open if it's comfortable for you. Inviting the possibility of celebration, of beauty, of awe and wonder and amazing things out there. Beautiful trees, beautiful food, beautiful sunshine, perhaps. And if there's no sunshine, maybe the rain is beautiful. Let yourself sink into the earth wherever you are. Noticing that in this moment, the earth is holding you. Let it feel good. And let yourself sink in and be held for a few moments. Letting your body celebrate rest and celebrate peace. Celebrate this moment. And you can stay here as long as you wish. It's the beauty of Zoom and YouTube yoga. If you feel ready to come out, gently deepen your breath. Slowly start to wiggle fingers and toes. And take a delicious stretch.
Celebrate the moment with a wonderful stretch in all directions, wiggling toes, stretching long, enjoying your spine, and a huge exhale. And make your way to a seat where we began. Sink back into your sit bones and bring a hand to heart. Close eyes and celebrate how you feel in this moment. Celebrate the beauty of the moment, potentially the beauty of things around you. Taking a moment to not miss the moment, not miss the pleasure, not miss what feels good. Thank you all so much for practicing with me today. May you all have a week of celebrating moments of beauty, awe, wonder, fun, other humans, beautiful nature. The light in me honors and reflects the light in each and every one of you. Namaste.